Hey everyone, I'm Mr. Willis, and welcome back to You Will Love AP Gov. Thanks for joining me for another video on one of the required Supreme Court cases for AP U.S. government. In this video, we're exploring McDonald versus Chicago, a landmark Supreme Court case that extended the Second Amendment's right to keep and bear arms to the states. If you're taking notes for your AP class or prepping for the AP exam, remember to click on the link below and download the free guided notebook page to make it easier to follow along. Let's get into it. The case centers on Otis McDonald, a 76-year-old Chicago resident and retired maintenance engineer who lived in a neighborhood plagued by drug-related crime. In 1982, Chicago passed one of the strictest handgun bans in the country, effectively prohibiting residents from possessing handguns by requiring them to be registered while simultaneously forbidding new handgun registrations. McDonald wanted a handgun for self-defense, but couldn't legally own one under the city's law. He joined other plaintiffs to challenge the ban, arguing that the city's ordinance violated his Second Amendment rights, and the case was taken up by the Supreme Court. Their lawsuit followed the court's decision in District of Columbia v. Heller 2008, which recognized an individual's right to possess firearms for lawful purposes like self-defense, but only at the federal level. The key question was whether that right applied to state and local governments as well. The constitutional issue before the court was whether the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms applies to the states through the 14th Amendment's Due Process Clause or the Privileges and Immunities Clause. In a 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court held that the Second Amendment is fully applicable to the states through the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. Writing for the majority, Justice Samuel Alito emphasized that the right to keep and bear arms is a fundamental right, deeply rooted in American history and tradition, and therefore must be protected from state infringement. This case is a powerful example of the court's use of the selective incorporation doctrine, where liberties enumerated in the Bill of Rights are applied to the states through the 14th Amendment on a case-by-case basis. The court declined to revive the long-dormant Privileges and Immunities Clause, but reaffirmed that due process protects fundamental rights from state interference. The ruling in McDonald v. Chicago significantly limited how far states and cities can go in restricting gun ownership. While governments can still regulate firearms, such as through background checks, licensing, or restrictions on certain weapons, they cannot enact outright bans that effectively nullify the individual's right to self-defense. Today, McDonald plays a key role in ongoing legal and political debates over gun control. Courts continue to evaluate whether newer laws, like red flag laws or restrictions on magazine capacity, comply with the standards set by Heller and extended in McDonald. The case remains a cornerstone for understanding the constitutional limits of local and state gun regulations. And that's everything you need to know about McDonald versus Chicago. You can click here for additional videos for AP U.S. government, and be sure to check out my videos on AP macroeconomics and AP microeconomics as well. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on AP government and economics. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on You Will Love AP Gov.